Tachlis in Tel Aviv. Woof, I can't do this today. I am so emotional about this Pittsburgh shooting. I've read so much, and I happened to walk in to my apartment and put on the news, and it was happening at that very moment. And so it was it's just horrible. And there is no other way to describe it. The cancer of anti-Semitism and the cancer of hate that exists in the American society, in the global society, I honestly don't get it. If I grew up American and I'm just like you, and the only difference is our faith, why are my people targeted and not yours? What did those people do in Pittsburgh that put on their suits, their Shabbat clothes, just went for the solace, some prayer, some peace, and some social happiness? What did they do to deserve that? Don't make this political. Because believe me, you don't understand all the intricacies of it being a conservative shul and the conservative movement. So let's not make this political. Let's not make this about gun control. In Europe, synagogues have armed guards. And a lot of places of worship have armed guards, because nowadays, in the climate that we live in, you can't just leave a door open for many reasons, not just for active shooters. It's not good. Even though a house of worship should be open to be flowed in and flowed out, in these days, it's not possible. But let's not make this about gun control. How do we stop this hate? How do we empower one another to become stronger? Last week, I had a horrible fight with a group of Jews about hate, pointing fingers. And the reality is, I just asked them not to compare what's going on in America to anything having to do with the Nazis. Don't use that slang. And as a Jew, do not ever use that comparison or slang to anything in the world until you really factually can say it's Holocaust related. And it should be compared to the level of Hitler. I'm lost today. My soul is a puddle. My heart is broken. And I don't know if this is an attack on just Jews, although we're saying anti-Semitism. Isn't this an attack on every house of worship? Can we do that? Or can we jump over religion for once and just look at each other between good and bad? Good and bad. Can't all the good come together? I'd like to hear all your voices. I don't want to just hear the Jewish liberal or the Jewish conservative. We all are in pain today. I mean, it just affects us across the board. But I don't think this needs to just be a Jewish issue. This needs to be about stopping hate. Stop it. Whether you spoke badly and said something prejudiced and your kid heard you today, fix it this afternoon. Fix it this evening. Make the change today. That's it. Whatever you thought. And if you hate a Jew, then go find a Jew and be friends with a Jew. If you hate an Arab, find an Arab. Talk to an Arab. You hate a Christian, you hate a Muslim, you hate a Hindu. Whatever you hate, look that hate in the eye and see a human being. Let's pass this hate already. It's enough. So much blood. To see that image, to see that Jewish prayer book just soaking in blood and blood. Blood. Blood is life. But when that blood is on the floor, that is death. death in a synagogue, death in a house of worship. And those brave policemen. I think about the hierarchy of a synagogue and how Jews, in order to start certain prayers for Shabbat, they need a minyan, 10 men. And I think about those 10 that went there in the morning, because usually it's like they come and then the service is really based on their punctuality and their presence. And they're the good guys. They're the base. But the words of the murderer, of this hating psycho, is that your people are slaughtering my people. I've been asking friends all over, slaughtering who? Who did these people in Pittsburgh slaughter? The only slaughter happened to innocent Jews sitting in a synagogue on Shabbat. This isn't going to be my best video, but I had to do it. Please, be kind. It's so much easier than being evil. And do something, one thing, an act of kindness today. Help someone. Make somebody smile. Just stop with the hate. Please. With love from Israel.